Welcome back to another Floofs by Kirsty episode, and today we have Betty, and she is a bichon, quite a knotty bichon at that, so today I'm going to be removing the knots and fluff drying. I'll start by taking a comb through the coat to find the knots, so I'm just trying to see if the knots have much give. If they're at the point where they've started to mat, then it's going to be a lot more difficult to get out. The only option for excessive matting is to shave, but thankfully in Betty's coat it's mostly knots with a few mats that should brush out. For those of you who don't know the difference between knotting and matting, mats are what happens to knots when they aren't brushed out in time. If you think of it in terms of our own hair, we can get knots, and if we don't brush it then it will turn into a dreadlock. It's very similar with dogs. I'm using a conditioning shampoo on Betty today. So I've gone for the oatmeal shampoo. This is by Wahl, I'll link it in the description as always. This is my favourite shampoo when it comes to knotty coats. You can see it really gives a good lather and it does a good job of separating the dead hair from the coat. Now Betty is done in the bath, I will use a detangling spray while the coat is wet and just work that through with the comb to get any of the remaining knots out. Most of them will come out with the comb, but for the more stubborn knots and small mats, I will break those down with the slicker brush. And now I'll repeat on the other side, and dry. I'll fluff dry and work out any of the last knots. And then I'll give one final comb through to make sure that all the knots are out. So here's the before. And this is what Betty's looking like now. Much better.